What is a food hub, and why is it an important part of a robust food system? A food hub is a food warehouse and distribution center that sources raw agricultural products and value-added foods from local producers and distributes them locally to restaurants, schools, hospitals, hotels, corporate commissaries, and more. A food hub fills the niche that larger food distributors can't or choose not to. Food hubs can go beyond just distribution. Sometimes they provide food processing, co-packing, cold, frozen, and/or dry storage. Small or large food distributors are aggregators. An easy way to describe an aggregator is to look at this crate. If a restaurant buyer needs 10 of these filled with zucchini this week, he can call local farms. If he can't find one farm with 10 crates, he keeps calling. He may have to make several calls and source from more than one farm just to fill that order. It often becomes difficult for larger distributors to work with locals for this reason. Traditional food distributors and local food hubs do the legwork for the buyer, and they usually deliver. Both models have a warehouse, trucks, and cold storage, but there are important differences between them. Traditional distributors will source from anywhere, usually from large suppliers to meet the needs of their customers. Food hubs exist to improve the supply and distribution of local food. They source largely or exclusively from local farms, ranches, and value-added food companies. This helps the farmer to spend more time working on his farm and less time marketing his products. Food hubs are usually smaller businesses with smaller profits. They do not compete with the larger food distributors because they operate on much smaller profits. There are several different business models for food hubs, but the most common are profit, nonprofit, cooperative, public-private partnerships, or social entrepreneurs. Food hubs are community-centered businesses that are more focused on enhancing local food systems and sustaining local farming than creating profits for owners and investors. National studies and research conducted by Dr. Ruby Ward at Utah State University indicate that food hubs are often take several years to break even. Once they start to turn a profit, these profit margins are typically 1 to 5%. Most venture capitalists and private business investors are looking for opportunities with much higher returns on investment. The minimum startup cost for a food hub is approximately $1.5 million. Finding funding can be difficult. Seed money can come from many different sources, such as philanthropist foundations, community, funds, grants, and government. By adding multiple hubs throughout the state, local food can be processed and distributed to rural locations and institutions, creating an active food system that is difficult for smaller farms to access through a traditional system. When a food hub is able to process food, either by freezing or dehydrating, it extends the shelf life of the food, making that food available year-round. Typically, when farmers harvest their produce, only 40% makes it to market. A good portion of what's left goes to waste because it's cosmetically undesirable. Processing allows a farmer to sell that otherwise wholesome produce to a food hub to be processed and sold. Now a farmer has a revenue stream that did not exist before. This creates less food waste and year-round community access to healthier food. We hope we've helped you to see how much a food hub could help to build not only your local food sales, but our state's economy.